Good morning, children. Today we will do lesson 6 of your reader, A Young Girl and Her Diary. Can you see a picture on the slide? This is the picture of Annie Frank, about whom you are going to read in this lesson. Annie Frank was born on 12th June 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany. In 1933, Hitler and his Nazi party came to power in Germany. Hitler was a cruel dictator who wanted to finish the Jews. Annie belonged to a Jewish family, and so, in order to escape from the Nazis, her family moved to Netherlands. They lived happily there for some time. Annie and her sister went to school, and her father started his business. However, this happiness did not last long. Soon Hitler invaded Poland, and the Jews had to go in hiding. Annie, along with her sister and parents, moved to a secret apartment and stayed there for many months to avoid the Nazi party members. And today, children, we will read about it in this lesson. Children, you will also read how Annie maintained a diary, and she wrote down all the details of her life that she spent in hiding in that secret apartment in this diary. Now, before we start the lesson, children, just imagine how difficult it must be to live in a small room with 7 other people for almost 2 years and never be allowed to step out and breathe fresh air. This is unfortunately what Annie Frank, a 13-year-old, and her family had to do in Germany in the year 1942. Now let's read to find out more. During the World War II in Europe, the Nazis of Germany considered the Jews as inferior to them. They wanted to destroy the Jewish people and their culture. As a result, they started sending the Jews to prison camps. Children, just as we have different religious sects, like we have Hindus, Muslims, Christians, there are also Jews. Now, during the Second World War, when Hitler and his Nazi party came to Germany, they started killing all the Jews. They wanted to destroy them. They started sending the Jews to prison camps. Annie Frank was also a Jew. To save herself and her family, Annie, along with her mother Edith, father Otto, and sister Margaret, went into hiding in the backroom office and warehouse of Annie's father's business. 4 other Jews also hid with them in the small space, and their non-Jewish friends smuggled food and other supplies to them. So children, there was this office, and just behind that office there was a warehouse. That's kind of a storehouse where Annie, her mother, sister, father, and 4 other Jews, they all hid together in that little place. And their non-Jewish friends, they used to, secretly give them food and other supplies, maybe other supplies like books, newspaper, clothes, so many things when you are staying inside you will need. And they could not go out, so their non-Jewish friends used to help them out. Children, Annie Frank was born on 12th June 1929. She began to keep a diary on her 13th birthday. That is 12th June 1942. And 3 weeks later, they went into hiding. This diary, children, had been gifted to her on her 13th birthday, and she named the diary Kitty, and it became her best friend. Children, you have all seen a diary, right? Like you have your homework diary where you write down your homework every day. Similarly, you can have your own personal diary where maybe daily or once in a week or once in a month, you just sit down and write down all the important things that have happened, or the funny things or the sad things or the things which make you feel excited, whatever. Your personal incidents you note down in that diary with the date and time. So this is what Annie started doing. She got this diary as a gift and she named it Kitty, and she started writing down all her inner thoughts in that diary. Annie's family never left their hideout until, unfortunately, the Nazi police discovered them in August 1944. So children, in 1942, they went into hiding. They were there for 2 years, and then in 1944 August, the Nazi police, they came to know that there is a family hiding here, and they took them away, which was very sad. They were then moved to the concentration camp where Annie's mother died in 1945. Soon afterwards, Annie and her sister also died of an infectious disease. Their father was the only family member who had survived. When friends found Annie's diary in a hiding place, they gave it to her father, who got it published in 1947. So children, when the police came and took them away, they were sent to a concentration camp. This is a place where political prisoners are kept. Now the conditions were very bad. It was very cold. They were not given proper clothes to wear. They had to work from morning till night in the snow without proper clothing, without proper footwear. And then on top of that, they were not fed properly. They were underfed, And so they started falling sick and started dying. So first the mother died, and then Annie and her sister also died. Only one person in their family survived, and that was their father. And later, what happened, children, when the police took away Annie and her family, the friends, their non-Jewish friends, later found Annie's diary there. And so they had kept it. And when Annie's father came back after the war was over, they gave it to him, and he got it published in 1947. And since then, children, this book has been the most, widely published book in the world. In different languages it has been published, and people have loved reading about her. Okay, Annie, who missed the company of her friends, had maintained a diary. Ultimately, the closest friend she had during her tragically short life was her diary. She addressed it as Kitty. It was only to Kitty that she entrusted her innermost thoughts. So like I told you, this Kitty was her diary who became her best friend, and she used to tell all her inner thoughts, whatever she was feeling, whether she was happy, she was sad, she was angry, she was upset. She would tell her friend, that is, write it down in her diary. Annie's thoughts of courage and hope are recorded in her diary. They have inspired millions of readers throughout the world. Here are some excerpts from her diary. When I write, I can shake off all my cares. Written on April 5, 1944. So she says that when I write, I forget all my worries. Then describing her despair. Despair is when you get that feeling of hopelessness, that nothing is good, nothing is correct. I have reached the point where I hardly care whether I live or die. The world will keep on turning without me, and I can't do anything to change events anyway. I'll just let matters take their course and concentrate on studying and hope that everything will be all right in the end. February 3, 1944. So you see, children, how, she's feeling so low. She says, I don't care whether I live or die. The world will keep on turning. She says, I can't do anything. I can't change the world. I can only work hard and study hard and hope that one day things will be fine. On her old country, Germany. This is what she had to write. Fine specimens of humanity, those Germans, and to think I'm actually one of them. No, that's not true. Hitler took away our nationality long ago. And besides, there are no greater enemies on earth than the Germans and Jews. This she wrote on October 9, 1942. She says, fine specimens of humanity. Humanity, mankind. Germans are such great examples of humanity, of mankind. And to think I'm actually one of them. Then she says, no, I'm not a German. Hitler has taken away our nationality. And the greatest enemies today are the Germans and Jews. Then she writes on still believing. It's a wonder I haven't abandoned all my ideals. They seem so absurd and impractical. Yet, I cling to them because I still believe, in spite of everything, that people are truly good at heart. So children, see, she still believes, so much is happening. She's such a young child, staying inside, hiding from the cruel people outside. And yet she believes that people are truly good at heart. It's utterly impossible for me to build my life on a foundation of chaos, suffering, and death. I see the world being slowly transformed into a wilderness. I hear the approaching thunder that one day will destroy us too. I feel the suffering of millions. And yet, when I look up at the sky, I somehow feel that everything will change for the better, that this cruelty too shall end, that peace and tranquility will return once more. July 15, 1944. So she says, how can I build my life when there is so much of suffering, death, chaos? Chaos means confusion in the world. I feel as if there is a approaching thunder, storm, which will destroy everybody. So that feeling of being low and dejected is there. But then she says, when I look up at the sky, I feel that everything will change for the better. When I look up, I feel nice. I feel there is hope that this cruelty will end and that peace will return once more. So children, these are little, excerpts from her diary. And my suggestion to you all would be that you must read the book. Can you see the book there? Annie Frank, The Diary of a... This is the book, children. It's a lovely book. Once the lockdown ends and the school reopens, it's there in our library. You must issue this book and you must read it, children. It's a lovely book. It will give you a lot of inspiration. It will give you a lot of hope. And I'm sure you will love reading about this wonderful, brave girl called Annie Frank. That's all for today, children. I hope you enjoyed reading this lesson with me. Thank you.